Joe Biden's last two moves on immigration are a little contradictory. Now, Joe Biden did give an executive order limiting the number of asylum seekers and basically said they would close the borders if they are caught, coming in between checkpoints. They could only come in through verified means. And then he came out with an executive order that would allow spouses of citizens who are undocumented to stay, even if they are undocumented, and not go through the normal process where they would have to leave and then ask to come back. Um, Both of them, it's one seems very harsh, one seems very empathetic. And I think in part what Joe Biden was trying to do is he enacted this tough executive order, one, to do something so his critics could no longer say he wasn't doing anything, but two, he expected that to be undone in the courts, and that would then he could turn around and say, "Well, I tried. Now it's up to Congress." Um, and same with this allowing spouses to stay and not separate families. Again, he was trying something. I don't know if he expects the courts to uphold it, but until the courts rule on it, it's going to stand. And I think he was just trying to do something to get through the election to when Democrats are back in power. But the key thing here is that eventually Congress will have to do something on immigration. And I think he put the pressure on the Republicans doing that. But he also put pressure somewhere else. And that is on Samuel Alito. Now, here's the deal with Samuel Alito. Alito said in the bump stock decision that you can't just redefine how statutes work with an executive order, because it all came down to in the bump stock decision that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms just redefined a bump stock as to be part of a machine gun, and since it didn't actually fit the definition within the statute, it didn't fly. So, since by the things in these executive orders don't fall anywhere within immigration law, and it is kind of changing how current immigration law works. He's putting Alito in a tough position because Alito tried to say, well, the wording of the laws with this law for the bump stocks wasn't there, so you can't change the law, which means he would side against the immigration thing. But being anti-immigration is a Republican talking point, so would he do that? So I think he did it for multiple reasons. He's putting pressure on Republicans. He's putting pressure on the court. But ultimately, I think whatever they do, it's only a Band-Aid until after the election when Democrats are in control of Congress and they will actually get some sort of meaningful immigration reform done. And it will probably include pathways to citizenship as well as speeding up the process so it doesn't take 10 to 15, 20 years or more, because it shouldn't take that long. But that's what I think. I know it's kind of confusing and it seems like he's all over the place, but I think ultimately it's just there to put pressure on Congress and on Republicans.